You're live. I'm live. Hey guys, welcome to another live stream episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Dressed like Sheldon Cooper today with the Superman shirt and a long sleeve shirt underneath it. This is like a throwback beer to my days of upstate New York. You might remember Ommegang, Three Philosophers, but this is a bourbon barrel aged version of it, and it's quite beastly. 12% ABV. Wow. I think the regular version is only like 9 or 10 maybe. And we've got a full 16-ounce pint can here. I got this at Total Wine. I forget how much I paid. I want to say it was somewhere between like $6.99 and $8.99. So yeah, this should be really interesting. It's funny, and you know what? I should do a side by side, because if you saw my review or my unboxing of my latest 𝗕𝗿𝗿𝗏 crate, there was also a bourbon barrel aged quad from Taxman Brewing in there, and I should have done side by side. But I would need a few people here to help me drink them. Anyway, so let's dive into this. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely getting that bourbon, and it has like a kind of like a butterscotchy, yeah, a little bit of like a butter or caramel kind of thing going. I guess kind of a vanilla from like the wood, you know, the vanillin in the wood. Those, you know, like the base quad is definitely there. Getting some of those Belgian yeast esters, the phenolics, you know, kind of like a impression or essence of like fruitiness. I will say, like, the alcohol is clean on here. It doesn't smell like rubbing alcohol or anything, or paint thinner. I don't really get, I mean, the Three Philosophers is a quad with like, I think it's like 2%, where they blend it with what I forget. It's a creek, you know, a cherry sour from one of Mootgart or whatever it's called. I forget. Anyway, I really don't get the cherries. I mean, cherries are like, even in like the regular Three Philosophers, it accounts for 2% of the brew, so it's meant to be more like a background note, but. Yeah, so it's not super strong on the bourbon here, but there definitely is like kind of like a sweet confectionery, just more than just a Belgian quad. Yeah, I gotta turn this fan off. It's getting cold in here. Whoops. Do you ever see that Rick and Morty where Rick tells Morty to flick a switch, and he says, the one on the left, and like he flicks it, and then he realized he had the wrong one, and he flicks it again. He's like, what was that? Was that a flick of the wrong switch followed by a switch of the correct switch followed by a switch of the incorrect? I don't know, but anyway, color on here, it actually is picking up. I'm surprised. It is kind of like a mahogany burgundy hue, and it is seems pretty cloudy and hazy. Yeah. Once we get more towards the bottom, I'll see if it's really, you know, is this just condensation or chill haze or what's going on here? But and it foamed up. If you saw the thumbnail there, this was all foam. I'm a little surprised and a little disappointed that it's. I mean, it hasn't completely evaporated, so that's good. But then again, 12% ABV beer. By the way, I'm going to be doing these reviews earlier in the evening, because if I drink strong beers like this past 8 o'clock, even though I think it's after 8. 7:49 right now. I will wake up at like 4 in the morning or something, or you know, I'd like to go to bed sober. So I might even start doing them like with dinner or something. Anyways, I am rambling. I've been going 4.5 minutes. I haven't taken a sip yet. Let's dive in here. Cheers. You know what's weird is like the first flavor that I got was the creek, the cherry. Followed by a lot of vanilla from the bourbon barrel, I should say. Yeah, so a lot of I'm surprised, a lot of barrel character on this one. A lot of vanilla, woodiness, sweetness. And it has more than just vanilla. Like I said on the nose, I said it like butterscotch caramel. Like these confectionery flavors. I mean, it's not like, I don't think this beer is back sweetened. That would be super cheating if they did it. But it's almost like, I mean, it's not that rich, but. Yeah, so vanilla, kind of an essence of cherry in the background. I do get like this subtle but noticeable phenolic, peppery sensation. The good kind of phenols, not the bad kind, not the Band-Aid. You know, let me pour this so you guys can see. Yeah, it even comes out of the can a little cloudy, if you guys can see that. So either they did a bad job filtering it or they chose not to. Let me see what this is. Aged for 6 months in freshly emptied bourbon barrels, our beloved blend of quadruple ale and authentic Belgian Creek delivers notes of dark chocolate, vanilla, molasses, and oak. At once profound and profane, it is truly a decadent delight. And it's interesting the contrast between, you know, the beer that was first poured, you know, warmed up a little, and then adding the cold can in there. So it's interesting because like the coldness kind of takes away from the barrel character. I get a lot more. It's more like fruity and malty, more like the base quadruple brew. And then as it warms up, that's like when the bourbon character comes out. That 12% ABV, I will say, well, it's not breathing fire, you know. It doesn't taste like paint thinner or anything like that. But it's difficult to ignore. Definitely clears the sinuses on each swallow. But it doesn't burn though. Maybe because I'm drinking this. I mean, again, this is, you know, quite cold. You know, basically fridge temp here, but it's not hot. And if I was drinking this blind, I don't think I would put it at 12%. I think I'd put it like 9, maybe 10 tops. Mouthfeel is definitely full-bodied. What's interesting though is that because, I mean, quads tend to be pretty high carbonation, and this one, I'd probably put it like medium high. I don't know if I'd say high per se, but you know, definitely. And so it's interesting because like the mouthfeel is medium full to full, and yeah, carbonation is medium high to high. And usually thick, heavy beers like this, the carbonation is a little bit lower, like medium tops. Sometimes it's just straight up low. I still get that cherry essence. It's pretty nice. As far as the experiment of you know, bourbon barrel aging Three Philosophers, I don't think like the beer is actually gained by doing the bourbon barrel. I haven't had regular Three Philosophers in a long time, but I remember that being like a great quad, or, well, really, I mean, it's more like a fruit beer, since, you know, it's a blend in there. But yeah, so I don't think the beer gained a whole lot by being bourbon barrel aged. It's just kind of it's a variation. You know, it's interesting. And Ommegang, they know what they're doing. It looks like they did this in Cooperstown, New York, which is only like 90 minutes from where I grew up. Baseball Hall of Fame's there too, although the brewery's like way on the other side of town from the Baseball Hall of Fame. It's like almost like, because you gotta drive through the mountains and the woods and everything, it's like probably a 20-30 minute drive from the brewery, the Hall of Fame and back. But yeah, this is it's interesting. It's good. I think I like it a little bit better than the espresso KBS and certainly the Guinness. This is more like true to the style. It just seems like a better crafted brew. But just like the final product is like, you know, like as a specialty wood aged beer, as a Belgian beer, as a, you know, blend fruit beer, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it'd be hard to judge it to a specific style. I mean, I guess I would go specialty wood aged beer, but whatever we're judging it as is like, you know, good to very, like BJCP specs, it'd be very, very difficult to rate this higher than a 40. So, yeah, like on Untapped, I'll probably give this, I think I might even give this 3.75. Yeah, it's tasty, it's good. It's just not amazing, which seems to be a common theme this week. Like, I mean, you saw all those beers that I got on Tavor and at Total Wine, just so many bourbon barrel aged stuff, and it's kind of like, that used to be a really special thing, and now it's pretty commonplace. So yeah, it definitely loses its luster and its cachet or whatever. I almost feel like taking a break, letting this warm up, and then, you know, coming back to it, but yeah, I think I'm going to call it here. 3.75, maybe 4 for the Bourbon Barrel-aged Three Philosophers. It's tasty, it's good, but again, it's just like, it's big brewery trying to do, well, it's big craft, I should say, even though by, you know, Budweiser standards, they're tiny, but compared to like your average American craft brewing, Ommegang's pretty big. But they're also a conglomerate with Boulevard and Mootgard or whatever it's called. And anyway, I'm rambling. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow? Saturday? Sunday? Who knows? All right, thanks for watching.